Okay, class 8. I want to make a very short video for you all today. I hope you are checking the videos whose links I'm sending. All right. So, if you've checked those previous videos, you must be familiar with this term called relative density. Okay, sometimes also noted by R dot D. Okay, so relative density is a ratio of the density of a substance. Okay, whatever substance it could be, the density of a substance divided by the density of water at 4 degrees C. To be more precise, the water has to be at 4 degrees C. You can also say, relative density is the density of substance to the density of water. You can also say this. Okay, but if you want to be more correct, okay, more specific, you can write at 4 degrees C, because water has to be actually at 4 degrees C. Okay, now why this 4 degrees C specifically? Okay, the reason being, density has maximum value of, water has maximum value of density at 4 degrees C, okay, which happens to be 1 gram per centimeter cube, or 1000 kilogram per meter cube. I hope you know the relation between gram per centimeter cube and kilogram per meter cube. 1 gram per centimeter cube is 1000 kilogram per meter cube. Okay, so remember, since water has maximum density at 4 degrees C, which is this value, okay, at all other temperatures, the density of water is lesser than this value, at all temperatures, greater than 4 degree, or it could be lesser than 4 degree. Okay, at all temperatures, the value of density of water is lesser than this. Only at 4 degrees C, water has maximum density, which are these values as I've already mentioned. So relative density is density of substance divided by density of water at 4 degrees C. Okay, so you can simply say, if you know this relation, okay, you can simply write the definition of relative density. Relative density is the ratio of density of a substance to the density of water at 4 degrees C. That would be the definition of relative density. Now, points to remember. Relative density being the ratio of the same quantity with its density. So it has no units. Okay, you can see from the definition itself that that relative density is the ratio of density to density. Okay, so therefore the unit of this density is cancelled by the unit of this density in the denominator. Okay, so therefore eventually what happens is relative density becomes unitless. So it is the ratio of the same quantity, so therefore it is unitless. Remember, it has no units. Okay, another thing, if relative density is greater than 1, now what do you understand by this? Relative density is greater than 1. Relative density is greater than 1 meaning this is greater than 1 when, so relative density actually is a fraction. So when is this fraction greater than 1? When is a fraction greater than 1? A fraction is greater than 1 when the numerator is greater than the denominator. Like for example, 4 by 3. This 4 by 3 is a fraction which is greater than 1 because the numerator is greater than the denominator. Okay, so whenever the numerator is greater than the denominator, the fraction becomes greater than 1. So therefore, if the numerator, which is the density of a substance, any substance it could be, when the density of the substance is greater than density of water, is greater than 1 gram per centimeter cube, when the numerator is greater than 1 gram per centimeter cube, okay, you will have this scenario, relative density greater than 1. So remember, relative density greater than 1 meaning the density of the substance is greater than the density of water. Okay, and likewise relative density is lesser than 1 meaning the density of the substance is lesser than the density of water. You have to immediately understand this. Whenever you hear relative density greater than 1, you have to understand the density of the substance is greater than the density of water. Okay, any substance will have something called relative density. Any substance, a plastic will have its relative density, iron will have its relative density, water will have its relative density. Okay, so if the relative density of a substance, like I've already mentioned, is lesser than 1, okay, then that means the density of the substance is less than density of water. Remember that. So points to remember: if RD, relative density of a substance, is greater than 1, then that body will sink in water. Okay, if the relative density of a substance is lesser than 1, then the body will float in water. Remember, if the relative density is greater than 1, the body sinks. If the relative density is lesser than 1, the body will float in water. Okay, now another term that I want you to be familiar with is something called upthrust or buoyant force, also called buoyant force. Okay, now what is this? You must have noticed that, say for example, you have here what, a plastic mug, say for example. And now this is my mug, okay, a plastic mug. All right, now you immerse this empty mug, this has to be empty, you immerse this empty mug in a bucket of water, say or a bowl of water. So this is my empty cup here. Okay, so I want to push it inside. Okay, I want to push it down. So I am trying to push it down. What I feel is, what I experience is, I feel an upward push. Okay, you must have felt this, you must have experienced this. Okay, so that upward push which a body experiences when it is placed or immersed in a liquid, any liquid it could be. Okay, we must have experienced it in water, but it's true for any liquid. So the upward push that a body experiences when it is placed or immersed in a liquid is what is called buoyant force, or also called upthrust. Remember, that upward push is what is called buoyant force or upthrust. Okay, in the next class we are going to in the next video we are going to discuss something called law of flotation. Okay, where you will need this term, you need to be familiar with this term. Okay, for now let us discuss the distinction or the difference between density and relative density. Very, very simple. Once you've understood what density and relative density are, okay, you can simply write the differences. Okay, basically we'll focus only on two differences. One, it is the ratio of mass to volume. Okay, I don't know whether I have told you or not, whenever you are to write the differences between two things, if you know their definitions, always start with the definitions. Always start with the definitions if you know the definitions. Okay, that is exactly what I've done. Density is the ratio of mass to volume. There's the definition of density. Or you can also write density is mass per unit volume. You can write that too. Okay, relative density is the ratio of density of a substance to the density of water, to be more precise, at 4 degrees C. All right, so these are the definitions. Next, the unit of density is kilogram per meter cube or gram per centimeter cube. SI unit, CJS unit. Okay, whereas relative density is a unitless quantity. This is it for this video. Okay, next video, like I've already mentioned, we are going to discuss something called law of flotation. All right. Okay, so wherever you are, okay, stay safe. COVID-19 cases are going on increasing, also in Darjeeling. Okay, so stay safe, class 8. Take care. Thank you.